Naba. I mean, when Nar isn't on full. Oh wow, that flash by
Patland
Nar.
might just die. Electrocute less. My goodness, Levi starting Vietnam off with fire.
Holy cow, Vietnam. And ooh, it seems that we've got ourselves an old classic mana pot coming in from Why Nuts over to the bot side here. I'm liking it because we haven't seen mana pot ever since it was removed. So I'm hoping that Kleptomancy will get me an old DFG if that's possible. But jokes aside now, that was beautifully set up. I'm thinking that Patlan was just a little bit underestimating the level of just balls to the wall. I mean that's just like Vietnam right there. They just don't care. They'll just flash on top of you if they're willing to get it, and they're willing to get that advantage. They get it, and they make sure that no one actually is able to get from it. So hope now over to the top side. Like I was saying beforehand, they don't have the frontliners as much as the Indonesian team does. But what's really important to note is the fact that Nar, with the ultimate, could actually single-handedly displace 5 members, and if he gets them up against a wall, it could be a big stun for them. And the follow-up that comes in from the side of Vietnam would be tremendously devastating.
And we're already starting to see Kallista's oppression in the bottom lane, just constantly stacking up Ran on a minion, and afterwards pulling it out from the enemy champion. And Wynas and Ruben are just being pushed back to their own tower. And Petland wasn't quick enough to react to the flash chain from Nor. I don't think he expected that as well. But that was so cleanly executed by the Vietnam side. And we are starting to see, you know, the level of aggression that we expect from the squad. But Levi will walk into the Indonesian jungle, spots out Ocean's 11. He'll start to work on the blue bar. Will there be a clash? Will any laners respond? We see pings coming in. Potato and Petland have the access to the jungle. As the Blaze Reach will come from Ocean's level, but Levi will just take the blue buff, leaves onto Ocean. He will be forced to wall walk away, but Levi is not dropping the pursuit. Petland comes in with a bit more than half health, but the Blast Cone will take Levi to safety. And we are starting to see Levi, you know, just springing into action on that Kha'Zix.
Now, the reason why Levi was so brave in going towards the enemy jungle was because top lane was already pushed out, and middle lane was pushed out as well. If Potato were to go back, and Hope would actually be not too far behind and was able to actually follow up. What I like about it is the fact that Levi doesn't even have to communicate that information towards his team. It just comes preternaturally. I mean, you already know that Levi as a jungler, he needs to get ahead, he needs to get aggressive and deny buffs towards Ocean's 11. So you do see Levi coming into his mid lane, and here comes the jump right into Taste Their Fear. Levi gets another kill, and it seems that a pattern is starting to emerge here.
And I really like the decision making from the Vietnamese side. They want to shut down the Kassadin, because once Kassadin hits level 6, it will be a complete turnaround. He can start to dominate the LeBlanc. But if you shut him down early and give LeBlanc the lead that she needs, Kassadin will be essentially kind of useless as the game progresses, because he wouldn't be able to burst anyone down. It would delay his Rod of Ages. He wouldn't be tanky, so on and so forth. So Vietnam really know where to focus. They know bot lane is winning. They know top lane is winning. They just have to pile in their resources in the middle lane and make sure they get the middle lane ahead.
Well, what I like about this is the fact that Null over to the mid side is communicating really well with his jungler, despite the fact that he is pushing it hard, and most wouldn't want to actually consider even ganking if that level of aggression will have to allow you to dive the turret. But because of the mobility that's being shown by Levi, it's rather like, yeah, as long as I calculate the amount of damage that I come in and I'm able to get it off, I'm able to jump out of it without much of repercussions.
And Levi again just skulking around the mid lane, trying to look for another pick. In Petland, the moment he overextends, it will mean that Levi will jump on him. But now Ocean's 11 is nearby. Will not go for the kill. Padland trying to go aggressive. Arcade come over
Oh,
left. But
Levi.
suddenly he finds Levi in his face. Levi is facing two members. He's going to burst. Padland down. Now picks up the kill. Ocean 11 he has to run away. Taste the Fear comes in. But no, it's on the hunt. Flash. But Ocean 11 just backtracks to take down Levi. But Levi goes on a killing spree.
Now that was just because of the void spikes, the W right into the Q. Right immediately, as soon as Ocean's 11 tried to go in and try to take down Levi, Levi was just, I just need to get my quick spell rotations, heal up for 15% of the damage, heal up for 50% of my missing health, and I'm good to go. I mean, I'm loving this new reworked Dangerous game that's coming in. I think it's called Triumph. Triumph, yes. So with that, we're going to see a coordinated dive over to the bot side. Null's already setting it up. There it goes for the knockup. Pallet gets the kill, however, and it's going to be another shot, whereas No Way, with that third proc of press the attack right into Ren, will be able to get the kill. 0 for 6 in favor of Vietnam. Seems that Indonesia having a hard time.
Potato will get some redemption for the Indonesian team by taking down Hope. Not really sure what happened down there, because Potato was still almost at full health. But so far, the Vietnam really knowing the place, really knowing when to dive in, when to be aggressive. We are 7 minutes into the game, 6 kills to 1. And Padland hasn't even has that catalyst yet. And by the time he gets that Rod of Ages, Null will be so far ahead, because now he's going aggressive, trying to get some damage on the Padland, drops a combo, and Padland being taken down to 70% health. And we've talked about Kleptomancy, Ezreal, but up against a Kalista, you're not really going to be that effective, especially when the Kalista is paired up with a Rakan. Sure, you have Allstar that is really tanky, has really hard crowd control, but if you let the Kalista run free, she's still going to dish out the damage to take you down. And we're starting to see the pattern coming in. Even if you look at the CS, no members from the Indonesian side is leading in terms of CS.
Definitely, and we do see there's going to be a bit of a fight over to the bot side, but Observer decides to go to the mid lane, and you can see the oppression is coming in from No Way and Pallet, just obnoxiously pushing back Ruben and Wine Nuts back towards their turrets.
Levi again invading the Indonesian jungle. The second time he's going for the blue buff. He got it the first time. Will he get it again? Has that smite out, and he will secure that blue buff from himself. That's going to starve Padland so much, because now he won't have enough mana to sustain. But Padland goes in with the quickness, and the Ignite goes on to Wine Nuts. He'll be back to Arcane Shift away, but it's not enough, because he will go down now. Ruben is just a sitting cow. He'll go down for the double kill. No way. Making sure there's no way out for the Indonesian bot lane.
I love how you set that up. I saw that coming from a mile away. But No Way, I mean, I'm saying this, right? Very good utilization of Martial Poise in that exchange, and we do see that Levi is going to be setting up something spicy over to the mid side here. Padland taking in a bit of the damage from Null, but it seems that Padland will be able to get ahead of that. Ocean's 11 coming to the bot side, trying to freeze it up, and Padland in a heap of trouble. Padland immediately flashes defensively. Over to the bot side, though, we're going to see a bit of action that's going to coming in. It's going to be a 3 for 3 at the bot side here.
Bot turret.
Excuse me, 2 for 3. Right.
Flash comes in. Ruben tries to go onto Pallet, but Fate's Call will bring him to safety. But the red team has taken down the first turret in the middle lane. Map will be opened up for the Vietnamese squad, and Indonesia are having their backs against the wall.
Flash into Headbutt Pulverize for a Fate's Call. I don't think that's really worth for the Indonesian team. They should have calculated that before they even decided to go so heavy on that. And we do see No Way using that Martial Poise to try to close the distance, but they will be spotted by it. Pallet going in to take a little bit of harass here.
But a dive will commence in the top lane. Potato has no mana. Hope doing a lot of damage, but again not enough to take down the Maokai. And the top lane is the only lane that is kind of doing well, but he'll be forced to recall, and that means the Vietnam side will have pressure onto the top lane. Potato immediately teleporting in. But we see Ocean's 11 rotating into the bottom lane. No, it's following behind. Will the Kane be confused by the mirror image. Doesn't seem like it. Turret definitely will be going down in a while. And Indonesia are diverting so much resource, but now it's going to come in with the chance. Gets knocked out, gets pulverized. The stun will just land. Will he go down? No, just distortions away. And again, resources coming in from Indonesian side, but nothing is reaped.
Well, what I like about this is the fact that what Indonesia actually needs is for Potato to set up a very nice Nature's Grasp to try to get at least a few members of the Vietnamese team to actually stay put and the follow-up damage to come in. But because oh my goodness,
just
Levi
jumps onto Patland. The flag takes the fear. Poof! Goes on a rampage at Patland. Guess it's 4th death, but there might just be another death in the bottom lane. Ruben pops that unbreakable will. 3-person charm, and Pally just running around. Now comes in with the teleport. Ocean's 11 goes down. He has been slain. Ruben making a 2nd death. Nowhere picks up the kill. Levi is coming in. Why Nas is contemplating? Why is he in this situation? Forced to arcane shift, forced to flash. And Vietnam 11 kills ahead in just 11 minutes.
I mean, you already know for a fact already that Hope is already abusing Potato in the lane, pushing him down towards that turret. So you know for a fact that Potato will not be able to teleport to the bot side and give the assistant and that much needed Nature's Grasp, because it's either you make this decision, right? Whether or not you teleport to the bot side, try to get back the advantage, or you lose that turret again. I mean, if you were to lose that fight, as it looks by Vietnam with their consistent domination over the Indonesian team, means that it's a lose-lose situation here. And Levi, unstoppable as it is, 5-0-1, doing a lot of the lifting. But not only him, though, there is no I in team. A lot of this was communicated very perfectly with the information given by each members of the Vietnamese team. Indonesia look out of their elements here. Right into the ultimate.
Into Potato, and Potato goes down, back into the ground, back where he belongs. No way, he's now unstoppable, but in the middle lane, Levi goes dominating. And my goodness, this is so brutal to watch. 14 kills to 1. Patland still trying to retaliate, but Levi is just there to prevent any further aggression.
Only a single kill, and it went over to the top side for Potato. And that single kill is not going to be effective as Levi going godlike as it is, jumping over the wall. And I don't think this is going to be a smart thing for Nuts and Ruben.
Levi's
you gotta be careful for this though.
For some help,
Pallet comes in right into the
2-man charm. The quickness grand entrance. He survived. Levi, legendary, and Ruben is just gonna ring the cowbell. No way goes dominating, and we're just 13 minutes into the game. But the Vietnam says we have more kills than the game length. 17 kills to 1.
Beautifully said, Husky. This is definitely demotivating for the Indonesian team, and look at that. No way, beautifully using his martial poise passive to just stay close and abuse Potato out of his lane. Now, I'm going to say this. Coming in from the side of the Vietnamese team, they've shown just a different level of mechanics here. There is just a better understanding of the game coming in from the side of the Vietnamese team, and it seems that Indonesia is just playing from behind. Oh, beautiful Fate's Call here. They're going to be jumping over the wall. Pallet goes over the wall. Fate's Call's over the wall, and like I said, not even a single turret.
The whole team of Vietnam has mobility. You have Nar with the hub, you have Kazakhs with the leap, you have LeBlanc with distortion. Kalista has the martial poise and the face call, and of course the Rakan has everything he needs. But will he just die in the top lane? There's a fight going to the top lane in Patland. Finally picks up a 2nd kill, but it's not really that worth it because Norway is now godlike on the Kalista. And we're not even 15 minutes into the game, and Kalista is so huge, but Hope is trying to escape. Hopes for backup, and now comes in. Mega now Winers into the War Ocean. Tries to go on a fight, but Hope says, I hope you don't regret this. Slams into the ground. Double kill for the Nar.
Okay, now a little bit about mechanics here. Hope cues his spells really, really well between animations, hiding it just effectively, just showing that his level of understanding on Nar is just a next level. I mean, you jump right into the ultimate, and you jump in, you auto attack right into throwing a house at a person. I mean, it's just rather crazy that this kind of level of mechanics is being shown here from the side of the Vietnamese team. Their visit to Worlds and their apparent recognition at the world stage has definitely shown that they are just at a different level compared to their peers here.
And Levi going for the evolved wings, extra leap range, and the recess on kills. Because he has such a big lead, he can afford to just go for that evolution. But Potato again being jumped on by Hope. Bramble smashes him away, but he sees a bug in his face. Goes for a fight, but he's just a tree without much damage. Hyper Proc will continue to stack on, and Levi just goes legendary.
Levi picking up that Dark Harvest as is already doing a lot of damage with... Ooh, wow, look at that.
Oh
That's
my
a
god,
beautiful
3-matchup,
right
3-man
into
knockout,
it.
and the quickness is doing so much damage. And Ocean's 11 still hasn't gotten his form. And it's already 16 minutes into the game. That shouldn't happen.
I mean, that definitely that shouldn't happen, but when you have someone like Levi that's always in your jungle and always setting up interesting gang interactions for each and every lane, how do you even play as Ocean's 11? You just have a hard time. You can't even go in and gank. You can't even go in and invade just because of the scaling that Levi is providing in this game. So we do see that members of Indonesia... Oh my goodness, Levi. Look at that. You should be banned from the game. Levi, legendary as it is, he's going to be another clown.
Oh my god, so many
a fiesta of kills right here.
No way, just goes legendary. Potato might be the next to go down. Pallet just slaps him with the feather. And Vietnam, 17 minutes into the game. Baron hasn't even spawned yet. Inhibitor turret might just fall. Pallet goes super low, but Levi is still surviving. No shutdown goal for the Indonesian side. Levi just flashes away from the Arcane Barrage. 25 kills to 2. And I don't see Indonesian coming back from this. Mid-inhibit will go down.
I mean, 25 to 2, you don't only have to climb a mountain, you have to climb a mountain covered in grease and oil for you to actually try to defeat the Vietnamese team. As you can see already, Pallet is just using the quickness right to Grand Entrance to just unusually disgustingly dominant effect here. Ocean's 11 now finally has his form, but it could be a little bit too late. There goes the Nature's Grasp, and wisely so, members of Vietnam does go back, and you see that Pallet is going to be dropped down here.
Ruben goes in 3-man, Evaporize, but Rakan will retaliate with the quickness. Double kill for Levi, has to evolve wing. Triple does not go to it, no way, goes legendary, but Hope is just crawling away, throws a drill. Patlan will be forced to retreat. Why not just shooting away? But I don't think it's enough. Death timers is not really long, but the Vietnam squad is just pushing in, working on the first Nexus turret. Patlan trying his best, but Hope is just throwing boomerangs and hopping left and right. No, it lands a chain. Why not just forced to use the stopwatch? Nexus turrets will fall, and Vietnam just secures a really convincing win. Not even 20 minutes yet. Levi goes legendary. Ocean goes in, tries to go for a kill, gets a kill. Finally, too late. Levi has a double kill. Levi has a triple kill. 32 kills to 3. Nexus will drop before 20 minutes, and Vietnam, very convincing victory.
Vietnam setting the standard here. The world's team that actually made it that far in the international level, showing their experience, showing their dominance, and definitely a statement here, ending the game before 19 minutes. That's just, I mean, you have an athlete, right? You just have an athlete, and the record is just like 50 minutes. But man, these athletes are just different level, just a different level. When you see a team that's just catching each and every one of these Indonesian teams wherever they go with their pants down, it's just a sad